Hi, this is FizzCat, and this is another video for our for Armiger and for Raid Shadow Legends. Um, this one we're actually hopefully going to get into the meat of it a little bit instead of just talking. Um, but I wanted to basically go over some early game tips, um, and I don't. This is maybe not the best place to address very, very early game. If you are very early game in the clan, that is great. And I would absolutely, we can help you on the Discord and we can help you in game, and you are absolutely more than welcome. But I feel like there are a lot of videos that already cover what you need. So, what I want to do actually is just go over what I consider to be absolutely fundamental Raid 101. You should get your starter champion to level 60. You should put them in lifesteal gear. You should make sure that they have speed boots. And in the case of your starter, you want them to have crit rate gloves. You want them to have some accuracy, except if you pull Delhane, she doesn't need it. But assuming you have Kale, then they need to have some accuracy on them. And you want to use gems to get masteries for them, and also be doing the missions and challenges so you get some books, and you want to fully book them. And then you want to use your starter to farm stage 12, level 3 brutal, which is the best place to get experience and gems. And you use that to your starter solos, and then you put in food champs that you level up to feed other champs. All your champions, especially in early game, all of them should have speed boots, and speed is very important. And you should be working to get together a team that you want to start with Dragon, and then you also want to use that team to fight Demon Lord. So that's kind of Raid 101, what you should be working on in your first few weeks. And if that is new to you, if any of that is new to you, then I strongly suggest you actually check out some of the many beginner videos out there that are going to help you a lot. I normally recommend Hell Hades for a lot of beginner things, although there are some other really good people out there. I don't know if Boozor has a guide. If he does, I'm sure it's very good. But I actually watched one by Ash, who I don't normally recommend, but he actually did a very nice 2025 new player guide. And if you Google it, it'll come right up. And the thing I liked about it is it actually does cover a lot of the new features that they have introduced in the game. So anyway, assuming you're past all that, and you've got some 60s, whatever, and you're moving on. The thing is, what I find is very often the game will do a quick little tutorial and then never talk about it again. And so a lot of players miss things. And very often when I'm doing coaching for players, I discover that maybe they've been playing for 5 or 6 months, but they don't know about certain features in the game that actually could really help them. And I want to try and cover some of those today. So first thing, we'll just work from left to right. Gem mine, good, do it. It pays itself off eventually. Summoning, 2x is good, progressive chance is not good until you're further in the game, or unless you're an incredibly high-level spender and you don't mind the fact that you will not get as many epics and legendaries if you do the progressives. You have a chance of getting a particular one, but it's not a very big chance. Fusions. Lady Mikage is great. Relic Keeper is terrible, but you have to do him as part of the Arbiter missions to get Arbiter, and it doesn't matter when. You can do it early. You don't have to wait for the mission to come up. Razin, he's fallen off a bit, but he still has his place. He can actually be really good in Clan Boss. So fuse him if you can. Broadmaw is actually surprisingly good. Now, he's not the best epic reviver, but if you're starting out and all you've got is Shaman, he's actually much, much better. Remember, if you're going to do any of these, save it for either CVC or the champion chase, where you can get points. You always want to be maximizing everything you do. If you can get points for something, by doing it at a particular time, then do it then. Oh wait, I also wanted to talk about fragment summons. Now you've all seen there's the bar up at the top. There's mod here up in gold, and early on, you may not know what's going on with that. Of course, you can pull fragments. I save my fragment champs for usually for CVC when it's personal rewards, so I get lots of points. And this is actually an account that I don't play much. I only pretty much use it to help us out in CVC, so we'll just hang on to those things. But on some of these, as you go down, you'll see there's this little gold thing on, like here on Sabbatha. There's a little gold icon on the tab here, and if you click on that, you can unlock her. Okay, unlock. And then exchange. You can exchange fragments. Continue. And now, because I can't finish this was a fusion champ epic that is long gone, and I missed the chance to get all 100, and so it was useless to me. And so I am cashing it in, and by doing that, I'm getting the chance to pull this chest. And yeah, I got a mod fragment. Sometimes you get other things, so we'll try use on unlock, exchange, and another mod fragment. But there are other things you can get. Let me pull this up. Oh yeah, I've gotten 5-star chickens before. Sometimes you get brews. It's better than it just sitting there in here in the portal. So that's a thing that you can do if you had a fusion that where maybe you got a few fragments and you want to cash them in. You can do that. Now in the marketplace, if you're struggling with understanding exactly what gear is going to be perfect for your champion, don't buy it from the marketplace, because you're probably going to pick the wrong stuff. I would not actually buy that. If I had happened to get it from farming Fire Knight, I would definitely roll this up, because it's got crit rate, it's got crit damage, it's got attack, but it's only 5-star, and it's got flat defense, which is not great. Now, if that was speed, I might consider this account might be a little past it, but it would be something to consider. But a lot of it's overpriced. And if you're not 100% sure of what you're looking for, or if it's a weak set, like I hardly ever use a shield set. I don't think I would buy that even if it was perfect. Okay. On this one, if I was in my first month or two, I would probably buy that, even though it's a weak set. It's 500,000 silver. That's not too bad, and those stats are really nice. Those could be a really nice pair of boots for a nuker. So, you just have to know what you're looking for. But, 1.2 million for flat stat, that's just going to be terrible. And always buy the mystery shards. Obviously buy the ancient shards too. But the mystery shards, sometimes if you're in a champion chase or a summon rush and you're falling just a little short of the reward you're trying to get, you can pull a few hundred mystery shards and it can get you the thing you're after. And so having extra is actually really, really nice to have. It can help you complete fusions. So clan shop, energy, of course, is always nice. Never buy silver. Basically never buy silver. Skill tomes can be nice. The accessories are good, especially if you're having a hard time getting to Spider 20. It's hard to get 6-star accessories sometimes, so they can be nice. The artifacts are okay. Obviously, void shards, if you can get them, absolutely get them. One thing that and I already got Yakarl on this, but Yakarl is definitely a great champ to go after. Yannicka isn't bad, but it's just okay. You'll probably get better nukers. So, if you already have a spirit nuker like Wukong, you probably don't need Yannicka. But Yakarl is much more useful. He can be used in hard Fire Knight, so, and other places too. The other thing is these charms. I would not buy a resistance charm, but Down here, you'll see there are different ones that come up. Speed charms are very, very nice to have when you're forging, and also the crit rate charms when you're forging damage type gear. Um, when speed and crit rate charms come up in the shop, I buy them. Pretty much always, unless I'm super short on materials. So anyway, I think I'm gonna skip over these other things in the shop here. We don't need to get into that right now. Let's go to the Great Hall. You are going to need to get one affinity bonus all the way to level 10 in order to get Arbiter. So don't spread out your medals all over the place. I was kind of sloppy about some of this. I probably shouldn't have done all of what I did, but you want to really focus on one area. And most people start with accuracy. The second most popular place to start is crit damage. Those are just both really, really good stats to have a lot of. And resistance is actually, you don't usually use resistance much in early game, but it does become much more important in certain places in late game. And so after you do accuracy and crit damage, you may want to focus on resistance and then start working on the stuff on the left. Area bonuses, you don't even get to that until you get to live arena. So I'm not going to talk about that much, except to say that ignore defense is actually very strong, and speed is, of course, always good for everything, always. But ignore defense can really help your damage totals. I wouldn't probably do most of these, but Fire Knight is the toughest one to do in hard mode, so some extra speed in Fire Knight could be nice to have. Hydra, more ignore defense in Hydra is going to give you bigger numbers. Cursed City is another nice place to do it because there's some pretty advanced content there. That's probably enough about that. Okay, the Forge. Swift parry and deflection, I don't really do. They're very resource intensive and not that useful. Swift parry can be fine, but there are better sets out there. Resilience is fine, but not great. Perception is the way to go in terms of the things you can easily get. It's a great set. You're going to continue using it right through late game. I use medals, I use the charms on it. I don't usually bother with the other things. There are Doom Tower sets that are good. The Guardian's pretty good, actually. Lethal is fantastic, but you have to be able to fight Dark Fae on hard, so it's going to take you a while before that makes much difference to your account. If you're a spender, the Forge Pass sets are actually nice. These Forge sets, like the ones that you can buy from the passes, are very good sets for the most part. So I don't spend on them, but if you do, that's something to look at. Now, relic crafting. I've been running into people, quite a few of them lately, who actually don't really understand what to do with relic crafting. And so I wanted to talk a little bit about that. Usually what you want to do is you want to take them all from one category. You don't want to mix and match. You wouldn't want to put in this epic material in, because it's not going to raise your chances enough. You're going to want to keep them all blue here and all from the same type of material. But if you were, for instance, running short here, you could add in some of that. I'm not going to, but mixing and matching between different rare materials is fine. You can do that. But you want to fill up all four things and then craft. And that's actually a good damage dealer one for a rare. There are various tier lists for all these different things. You can look them up. But you can forge. Let's do a few. That one's less good, but never sell them, because you can use them just like chickens. Just like you use different champions to feed into other champs, you can feed relics to each other to build them. So, never sell them. They're very useful to have. We'll do an epic one, see if maybe we get something. These are old ones from the Alice. This is a rare, but it's a good rare. I like the Journal of Necrotos. And we'll do a couple of these clan ones. But that's sort of the gist on these. And you can, as I said, there are guides specifically on relics, but the main rule is just don't mix rarities. And there's no place so far where you can actually get points. It doesn't count towards CVC or anything like that. So that's something you can do at any time, just whenever you get them, do it. It's a very useful thing. It hasn't really been in the game for very long. If you're new, you might not know that. But it's good stuff. Now, Altar of Souls, souls are good. Get souls. That's, use souls. There are guides on which souls to use for different champs. And if I get into that, we're going to be here for 2 hours. So, Tavern. One thing I wanted to talk about, which many of you may already know, but if you don't, you may know that it can just be really, really hard to get enough points in champion training. And the trick that most of us use to get points, and this is something just when you're trying to get points. This is not what you would do just on a normal day, if you're just leveling champs up, is let's say you have a champ. I don't have anyone right now, so let's just use some brews. You've got this champ who's maxed, and you're going to upgrade their rank. Instead of just feeding 3-star champions into them, what we're going to do is we're going to level them up. We're going to use 1 brew, level them up to level 10. Where's some more? Here we go. And use up some of these rares here that I don't need. Let's go find her. Where'd she go? Here we go. We're gonna upgrade her. And yes, okay, there we go. Now, yes, that was entirely wasted in terms of brews if you're just doing this on a normal day, but during a tournament or event, that just gave me, I think, almost 60 additional points by using those brews. So, and you can do the same thing with if you're doing a 4-star. Okay, she's level 40. Why is she? Okay. Well, I don't know why that one's there, so I'm not going to mess with that one. But you have the same thing. Let's say this was a level 40 champ. You can take a 4-star. Okay, this is 4-star. And now for a 4-star, I would do probably 3 brews. Level them up. And then feed that one to your level 40 champ. With a 5-star one, I typically do 5 brews plus an uncommon, because it tips them right over to from level 22 to 23. And that's actually, if you do that with all of your champions, either with brews or by running them through campaign, if you do 12-6 brutal, it'll give a 3-star champ, like it'll take them exactly to level 10 if you do the 2x, like the super raids. It will basically double your champion training points. So it's a very useful thing to do. Another thing I wanted to talk about is skills and books. The thing to know is you either want to book a champ or you want to not book them at all. You do not want, I'm looking for one that maybe isn't, okay. Or generally, like you what you want to do is book their cooldowns. Like this one, I think I decided, I decided I didn't really need extra damage on Tomb Lord's A1. So of course you can't control where the books land, but I wanted these cooldowns, and I wanted the 100% chance for the debuffs. And so some people, you see this a lot. and you may have done this. I know I did this in early game. Oh, I have a book. I'm going to give it to my favorite champion. And then I get another favorite champion, and oh, I'll give them a book and another book. And what you'll end up doing is, oh, they have an extra 5% damage, but their cooldowns never actually drop because they never get enough books. And you will never have enough books to book everyone. So you have to pick and choose. And so the best thing to do, you can drop them in one by one, and if there's a skill that you don't really value, you can just, if the books don't go there, then you can just stop short, like I did with Tomb Lord there. But if you that's just so much better than spreading them around. So that's the other thing about books. Also, save your booking and save your ascending, unless you have a mission where you have to do it. Save it for CVC or for a champ training tournament where you can get some points on it. Guardian Ring, I only have this one unlocked, but it's actually a good idea. As I said, this is an account that I don't use except for pretty much CVC and helping out with Clan Boss, so I'm not going to bother doing it here. But it's actually a very good idea if you have the gems to unlock all these spaces. You do not need to level them up to level 3. Just leave them at level 1, and just you can just passively have your champs leveling up all the time. It's actually one of those things like the gem mine that may not pay off in the first week, but over months it will absolutely pay off and help your account. So I think that pretty much covers. I'm looking around, seeing if there's anything else. Yeah, those are the things that I have seen most often as that come up with new players not knowing where to necessarily allocate these resources. Do your challenges. I've got pretty much almost all of them done. Do your missions. Arbiter's great. You want her. Prioritize your speed gear. Those are all pretty basic things, but sometimes if you neglect them, you come back and it's like, oh great, I have to go and farm a normal campaign level for 2 hours because I forgot to do it earlier. So just do it, get it over with, and then you can move on. So anyway, I hope some of this was useful, and if there's anything else you can think of that you want to know about, then just let me know. And thanks for listening, and have fun.